They say success is a horrible teacher. It's really from our mistakes and our losses that we truly learn. But why go through all that pain yourself when you could just shortcut the success and learn from someone else who's already made the mistakes? I've made a lot of those, and today I want to give you 6 money traps you can avoid in your 30s to set up the rest of your life. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Today, I want to give you 6 money traps to avoid. And these are things I wish I would have known when I was 30. If I could go back in time and talk to my 30-year-old self, these are a few of the things that I would tell myself. And so hopefully they help you out. Now, if you've made it to your 30s, or let's say you're even past your 30s, you're in your 40s, your 50s, there's still a lot of time left. Or maybe you're still in your 20s, but you're looking at your 30s. But 30 is the time when things are starting to happen. You're probably through college, you've had a couple jobs, you're starting to make some money. Maybe you're starting to build for your future. Maybe you've bought your house, things like that. Maybe you're looking at getting married. But 30 is kind of that turning point for most people. And it's also the place where things can start going really wrong. Like I said, you're starting to build that life. You've started to make some money. And what happens is, we're still a little too young to have that long-term perspective, and that's the most important thing. We need to know that life is a long-term game. It's not a short-term game that we should be playing, it's the long-term game, and that's how we win it. The first trap number 1, is buying an expensive car, all right? Now, we see we're all these things on social media, on TV, music videos, all these things of all these nice cars. Maybe you have some friends that have some nice cars, and you're making that money, and you could afford it, but you probably shouldn't. And that's one of the big pitfalls. It's one of the things that you should avoid, is buying that expensive car. Now, it feels really good. You get that brand new car, you smell that new car smell, but it goes away. It goes away really quick. Now, you should be focusing on financial freedom, not a new car smell. But it's easy, it's a trap, we go to it, but did you know that a new car loses 30% of its value just in the first year alone? It loses 50% of its value in 3 years, all right? So why not buy a 3-year-old car for half the price? Let me tell you a story. Now, if you watched my other video on Velocity Money, you already know, but I bought my wife a brand new Audi Q7. I think it's an awesome car. It was a top of the line, turbocharged V6, and it was $68,000 sticker price. With tax, license, everything, was about $75,000 out of the door. All right, it was a 2015 off the dealership floor. I just sold that car for $25,500, $25,500. So I paid $75,000, I just sold it for $25,500. And the car's brand new. I mean, it looks like brand new. It was still an awesome car. Anybody would have been happy to have that, and I lost so much money. Now, I can afford it, but that doesn't mean I should, and you shouldn't either, especially when you're in your 30s. Focus on that long-term perspective. Don't waste it on that expensive car. Now, trap number 2 is buying a home that's too expensive. Like I said, around 30, you got out of college, maybe you've had a couple jobs, you're making money, maybe you're thinking about getting married and you want to buy that house. And a big trap that you get into is buying a home that's too expensive, right? What happens is, you can afford it on paper, but if you're spending too much, you're not saving enough. Now, the most important thing is making sure that you have enough money for emergencies. I like to have at least 3 months, if not up to 6 months of living expenses at all times. But even more important than that, like I said over and over again, this is a long-term gain. If you've been watching my videos, you know that it's all about saving more so you can invest more. And if you're spending too much on your car, if you're spending too much on your house, you don't have enough to save for emergencies, but you don't have enough to invest. And that's the most important thing, investing in your future. So don't get caught up in buying too big of a house. It's not gonna make that much of a difference anyway, all right? So that's trap number 2, stay away from that. Trap number 3 is just spending too much altogether. Time management is about managing your time. What happens is, it's easy to look back and go, where did all my time go? right? So we manage where that goes, where our work day goes, etc. And money is the exact same way. Budgeting is the same way. It's really easy at the end of the month to look at your bank account and go, where the heck did all my money go, right? And so we budget money. We want to tell our money in advance where it should go. If we tell our money in advance where it should go, we don't wonder where it went at the end. And so it's really easy to just spend too much. Instead of going out for Chipotle, you go out for nice dinners. And next thing you know, you're dropping $100, $200 on dinners. You know, you're going out, you're walking around, spending money, things like that. And it just goes way faster than you think it did. And like I said, at the end, you end up with none. So plan in advance where you're gonna spend the money. Don't go out too often. Don't feel like you're making money that you can go out and spend it, because it goes really, really quick. All right, trap number 4 is having a very expensive, significant other. All right, now this is a big problem for a couple of reasons. First of all, everybody needs to be on the same page, and some people just want to live that lavish lifestyle. And when you start going out, let's say that you're still dating, or maybe you're early in that relationship, by continuing to have that lavish lifestyle, by continuing to have these expensive habits, expensive vacations, things like that, you're building habits. You're building expectations that maybe at some point you won't be able to keep up with, right? You're building these expectations. And like I said, you really need to be saving and investing for your future and not being out there spending it all. And now if you're spending it all on these vacations and these dinners and these nice clothes and things like that, is you're building these habits. And then what happens is then you're not communicating properly. At some point you decide, you know what, we should probably be saving more, we should be investing more, but the other person wants to be out spending more. And this is a big source of fights. As a matter of fact, money is pretty much the #1 source of fights in any relationship. And what happens when relationships start fighting? They end up in divorce. And divorce is the #1 way to lose your wealth. So trap number 4, because it's going to lead to, one, it's going to be really hard to get both of you on the same page. It's going to lead to fights. Ultimately, it could lead to divorce. And that's the best way to lose your wealth. So don't end up in that. Now, hopefully, if you like these tips, give me some thumbs up. If you don't like them, give me some thumbs down either way, but leave me a comment and let me know, and I'm gonna give you the next 2, all right? So trap number 5 is paying way too much on your credit cards. All right, now credit cards are really easy to rack up. They're designed that way. They're designed with all these incentives with 0 balance transfers and no interest for a certain period of time. And it's really easy to put those balances on there. And then the payments are generally pretty low, so you can just kind of keep making those payments. But just because they're easy to access doesn't mean you should be using them, all right? The interest rates that you're gonna pay they're just way too high. Credit card interest rates are ridiculous. It's way more than you can make on any investment. So your investments aren't gonna offset what you're paying on your interest, and it eats away all your capital. Now, again, right, I always say, make more money, save more money so you can invest more money. But credit cards is the opposite. It's eating away your capital. Capital you could be saving for emergency funds, capital that you could be investing. So the key is to keep your budget less than your income. All right, now I'm gonna tell you at the end exactly how to do that, how to really play that game. But just know that you wanna keep our expenses less than our income. Don't use those credit cards. Don't pay those ridiculous amounts of credit card fees, interest fees, all right? Now, trap number 6 is not investing. All right, now again, it's a broken record, but we need to invest in. It's the only way to get ahead in life. And so that's trap number 6 is not investing. It's the most important one, so I put it at the end. We want to make sure that we're investing. We want to make sure that we're not playing a short-term game. It's not about buying that big house. And a lot of people think that that big house is an investment. An investment makes you money. That big house you bought, does it make you money or cost you money? Cost you money. It's a liability. Assets make us money. Houses cost us money. Now, if you buy a house and rent it out, that makes you money, all right? So think about it like that. Focus on the long-term game, not the short-term games. Don't get the nice car, don't get the nice house. Set aside the money you want so that you can get the life that you want down the future, right? Now, I say just focus on making more money. So that's why on Tuesdays, I bring you these videos where we really talk about making more money, saving more money. On Thursdays, we talk about investing that money. So you want to keep your belt tight, keep your expenses low. Warren Buffett said that if you buy things you don't need, you will soon sell things that you do need. I mean, how great is that, right? Warren Buffett, he's full of these gems, right? So the best way to do it is, like I said, save that, earn more so you can save more and you can invest it. Where should you invest it? Invest it into cash flow. You want cash flowing assets. You want passive income plays, private equity, businesses, real estate. dividend paying stocks, things that can provide you cash flow. The game, focus on this. This is the thing that you want to focus on. Focus on getting your passive income to match your expenses. That's the game. Once you can get your passive income to match or exceed your expenses, it's game over. At that point, you're out of the rat race and you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. Meaning for work. You can go work however you want, right? You still need to work, you still need money, but you don't have to work to survive. That's the game. So learn how to make more so you can save more, so you can invest more. Invest in cash flow and you'll be out of the rat race. Hopefully this makes sense to you. If you like it, give me some thumbs up. If you don't, give me some thumbs down either way, but leave me your questions and comments. Tell me, have you ever fallen for any of these money traps? If so, do you regret it? Leave me a comment or question down below. Let me know which money trap you fell for and what happened with it, all right? I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you in the comments. To your success. I'm out.